Hi, I'm Stephen with Culmination, here today with Christian Krogstad.
That's great.
We've been practicing off camera. I have butchered the name. My Norwegian grandma, may she rest in peace, would probably be horrified. But, you know, so Christian, for those that don't know, you are a legend, my words, not his, but he's a legend in the Pacific Northwest distillery world. Back in 2004, when we were both in junior high school, that was a joke, you started House Spirits right here in Portland, a great distillery. A lot of amazing brands have come out of it. But today we're going to talk about Aquavit. What's the name of the Aquavit?
It's Krogstad Aquavit.
Krogstad Aquavit.
My family name, yeah.
That is awesome. So we have a beer, Bad Crowmens, that we have on tap that was actually made. It was made in Aquavit barrels.
It was.
From your distillery, your Aquavit. So we're going to talk about that beer. But not everybody knows what Aquavit does.
Sure.
Now, Jacob Greer has done Portland Aquavit Week and many other parts of the world. So I've been to many of those. So I love Aquavit. Shout out to Jacob, Portland Aquavit Week. But for those that don't know, tell us what Aquavit is.
So Aquavit literally means water of life. And throughout Scandinavia, every country has their own version. But we decided to make American Aquavit because, you know, we're not in Scandinavia. So Aquavit it has to be made with caraway or dill or both, and then beyond that it can have any other kind of flavors, any other botanicals, herbs you want. In our case, it's made with star anise and caraway. And
it is really, really good. Now it's a different kind of spirit. Now, as I understand it, in Scandinavian countries, they just have it for special events.
Well, they have it at Christmas. They have it at summer parties. It is a festive thing.
But they don't necessarily make a bunch of cocktails out of it like we do here in the United States.
Chilled little shots that they have usually with food.
Now, as I observe, it seems like all the cool kid bartenders, they make amazing cocktails with Aquavit.
They do.
But it has got it's an intense spirit.
Yeah, it's got a lot of flavor. It's almost savory, I would say. Makes a fantastic Bloody Mary. That's kind of like
yes, it does.
That's like the simple solution.
But that's low hanging fruit for a good mixologist.
It is.
Okay, and then you have the clear.
Yes,
then
we have the Festlig, which is unaged.
Okay.
And then we work with local winemakers around Oregon to we get their their ex-Pinot Noir barrels. And we age our spirit in they're French oak wine barrels, age them for about 2 years, and voila, we end up with the Krogstad Gamle Aquavit. Gamle just means old.
Gamle,
so
okay.
I'm the Gamle Krogstad. And that is what we just bottled up about a little over a year ago. And gave a couple of the casks to our friends at Culmination to make a beer.
So you can get the clear, you called it
Festlig.
Festlig.
Festive.
All of the Oregon, liquor stores carry it.
It's everywhere.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit more of a specialty. Not everybody has it.
Right.
And this is almost like a sipping whiskey, right?
It's sort of like the whiskey drinker's Aquavit.
So could I make an old fashioned with that?
Absolutely, or a Manhattan, or any number of things, a sidecar.
Now, I love Aquavit. If you've not had it, I would encourage you to go get it. Start off with the clear, or if you like whiskey, start off with that. It's a fantastic flavor. But then, like you said, you gave us some barrels, and we have it right here, Bad Crowmens, we made an Aquavit porter, barrel aged.
And Nocino Aquavit porter. So
yes.
You really turned it up a notch by adding the green walnuts.
Yes, we had a lot of fun with this. So now that we got to see, what do you think?
I love it. It's got a little bit of spice from the Aquavit. It's got that richness from the walnuts and that great toastiness of the porter.
Now, I consider it a huge honor that Christian likes our beer because, yes, he's an amazing distiller, started Incredible Distillery, but way back in the day, you were actually a brewer with your own brewery in Bellingham.
I was.
So you are evaluating it both with real live brewing experience and real live distilling experience.
Yeah. I had a 13-year brewing career before I started the distillery. I went to brewing school in Chicago. I actually started my career here in Portland in 1991 at McMenamin's. So
wow.
I brewed at Edgefield. I brewed at Hillsdale for a couple years. So yeah, I like the Portland beer scene.
Well, I'm glad you like this beer. To me, this is a beer that I could both sip or could have with food. I either want it with some, like I want it with some pecan pie or some rich meal.
Maybe some barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. Some barbecue. I think
or actually, what would surprise you?
Okay.
Oysters. Oysters on the half shell.
That would be good.
We're coming up on oyster season.
Very nice.
Oyster New Year's is coming up.
Or, to go with a Scandinavian dish, I could have this with some maple skeevers, like a breakfast beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are those really cool, those amazing, they sell them at Broder
little
Nord.
dumpling.
Little dumplings, they're so good. I love those. Okay, and so here's the cool thing. You can come to Culmination and you can try this beer, you can enjoy it, but we set aside a couple kegs so Christian has access to it if he wants to do any fun events. And so if you are a craft beer bar in Portland or Greater Portland area or Oregon, reach out to us at Culmination, reach out to Christian, Krogstad Aquavit is on Instagram, and send a message there. And we'd be happy to have an event. Wouldn't that be fun?
It'd be super fun.
I'll come to the event. We'll put the beer on tap. A place that could have the beer and the Aquavit pairing together. That would be a blast. And so I just love, we're doing everything we can. Culmination, as I say all the time, is a brewery we're saving. We're doing everything we can to save it. And so having these fun stories and these fun events, plus to make a great beer with a great distiller.
Drinking.
It's a beer worth drinking. Ooh, I like that. All right, Christian, thank you so much. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.